All right, we're ready. Oh. There's only one thing, I have to take a shower every day, but I can't shower when I have a sunburn. It hurts so bad. It's like the worst pain ever. Good morning, everybody. Switch over. Cold shower. I can't do a cold shower because I can't do cold showers because when I was an Orkling, when I was young, very, very young, and you were like, you know, teenager horny, they told you to take a cold shower, right? Which I followed the advice. And so now cold showers make me horny against my will, which I hate it. I hate being horny. The ALS ice bucket challenge. I remember that, but I didn't have any friends that ever. No way! You Pavloved yourself. That's like 100% true, by the way. I'm not doing a bit just to make you guys laugh. There's no fucking way, man. It's like 100% true. I take a cold shower and I get like a little, you know, I get a little randy. It's good to see you. It's good to see you guys too. Charlie, good morning. Jimmers, good morning. Yuki, good morning. Shiopi, good morning. Silent Teal, good morning. Charlie, good morning. Jinanwoys, good morning. Hux, good morning. Iwashi, good morning. Mark, good morning. G-Money, good morning. He edges us from the start. Dreamy, good morning. Danchi, good morning. Maru Lulu, good morning. Oh, that first hit of tea. Xenoburbs, good morning. Staged Plum, Garo, good morning. Crazy Cat, good morning. Crazy Cat, did you see that I'm gonna do 2 fucking Zomboid streams this week? I need to find the key to my car because I don't know how I'm gonna fucking build my shit without a car. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. Datus, good morning. Doppel, good morning. Cheese Puff, good morning. Ice Blake, good morning. R1, good morning. Hello, everybody. Oh, what's my CO2 at? 673, not too bad. I've got my new CO2 control method under control. Seems to be working perfectly good, perfectly well. Opal, good morning. Roku, good morning. Yeah, how did you lose your Randon's fuck key? Fire truck. Fuck key. I Pavlov myself for every random stream. What effect does a random stream have on you? Amen, good morning. Dr. Ekman, good morning. Medium rare chicken, good morning. Kaho, good morning. Beto! I don't know. Reiko, good morning. Boner. Good stuff. For me, it's joy, boner. Nendoka, good morning. Gale, good morning. It's good to be back. That's a 50. Oh, bonus. That's a good one. That's a 50 DKP bonus. Good morning. I raised my tea cup at you. Not tea cup. Mug. I don't know. I don't even know what I wanted to talk about today. I told myself I was gardening and I was like, I'm gonna think of 3 things to talk about. And it'll make this stream better. Did you get a sunburn gardening? I got like the gnarliest sunburn. I was in a tank top gardening. And then I got like fucking soil and manure all over it. So I changed the tank top after I went inside. And it's like a perfect it's like a perfect sunburn. Wear sunscreen, you dingus. I don't like the way that it feels. I don't like oily skin. Did you plant the zucchinis you wanted? I did. I planted 5 zucchini plants. Which means I should be looking at anywhere from around 80 to 120 zucchinis this year. Depending on how good I am at harvesting them. Did you know that if you harvest it before it's full size, you get more overall. I didn't know that. I was trying to like fucking size max, and I was like, it's a pretty good harvest, but I was told the zucchinis, you get like a crazy amount, right? And I was like, do I wait until it's like grocery store size? And it's like, no, you want like a 5 to 7 inch zucchini, and you get like almost double what you would have. It's crazy. Lenny, good morning, good morning. Good to see you, buddy. Balthazar, good morning. Garo, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. Hope your day is excellent. I've been overwhelmed with life and couldn't catch you couldn't catch you live for a while. Your VODs have been keeping me going, so thank you. Yeah, VOD gang is much appreciated. I hope that so life has been overwhelming. I hope that we could get a couple of trusty randomites together, and then, you know, life is like stumbling home drunk from the bar, and then, you know, me, you, and a gang of randomites like run up behind life and just beat the shit out of it in an alley. Just fucking absolutely go to fucking crazy town on it. Yeah. More zucchinis for Ratatouille. I want to make Ratatouille like the Ratatouille movie where you cut them into little coins. But I've been told that like that is incorrect. That if you do that, you're not making Ratatouille, you're making some kind of bullshit. Like real Ratatouille is like chunks of vegetables in a tomato sauce. Appreciated? Yeah. Whenever I watch your VODs, I do it while cooking. It makes for a nice cooking experience. What do you cook? What do you cook? I've been thinking about trying a new recipe. I don't know what to cook though. I've been thinking about trying to cook something new. Favorite place to buy dress shirts? That's a good question. That's a very, very good question. Oh God, where do all my dress shirts come from? No, I don't buy it from Uniqlo. Don't live near one anymore. You know, don't live near one to begin with. Second of all, Uniqlo like runs kind of small. It's on your ref sheet. Yeah. But that was. I mean, this is a ref sheet from like 6 years ago, right? You should totally make birria. Costco, I like Costco quality, but they tend to like. They tend to be a little bit baggy, which is weird because I'm the last person that would complain about like, oh, it's a little baggy, because I'm like, you know, I'm a chunker, right? I'm a certified chunker. Get it tailored, dumbass? Oh, look at the billionaire in my fucking stream. Donchi the billionaire telling me to get my shit tailored. Oh, let's just fucking throw money out there because we're billionaires. Oh, good morning. Thank you for stopping by. Tailoring oh, it's only tailoring a shirt, Michael. How much could it cost? $20. $9.11. Saku Daimao, good morning. Zanzibar, good morning. Just learn how to sew. I had a friend who actually worked in the costuming, not industry, but his job was in like costuming for television. And he would always tell me that sewing was considered like a basic skill. Like every man knew how to sew in like the 1930s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Was he gay? He was super gay. He was extremely gay, yes. Like pretty close to 100%, if not 100%. It's not rocket science. He used to tell me that like people in the 30s, 40s, men in the 30s, 40s, and 50s and 60s, like all knew how to sew because they bought suits, and like that's the suit that they would be fucking buried in because it was really expensive. And if like they would often like tear a sleeve or tear like a, you know, something, a seam somewhere, and they would just take off their jacket and just fucking sew it on a park bench. And that's like very normal. Yeah, mending buttons and such. Yeah. He used to roast me for like assuming that I would like never learn. I said that. I was like, I don't think I would ever learn how to sew. And he's like, you're stupid. Everybody knew how to sew. I don't know if he was bullshitting me because I never double checked. But I think there's a scene in Mad Men. I think there's a scene in Mad Men where like a character, not Don Draper, but like one of the other characters has to like empty their pockets, and there's like a little Altoids can with like sewing stuff, you know, needle and thread, etc., etc., a little pocket knife. Commander Renegade, thank you so much for the super chat. Just thanks for keeping on. I'm here to stay. I think I might need to hustle and grind a little bit just to make my daily bread, but I'm here to stay. I hope you guys will forgive the absence, but I don't know when that's coming through because I feel like it's hard to find a gig. I don't know. Nobody seems to be handing out the gigs anymore, you know? Matthew, thank you very much for the super chat. Got any recipes that only use canned stuff for surviving after the war? Canned stuff only? That's tough because everything should use fresh, you know, like fresh ingredients. So if you're making like, for example, stewed black beans, you're gonna want like, you know, onions, garlic, etc., etc. What can you make that's only canned food? Fresh hot dogs? No. Can you count canned evaporated milk, rice or old bread, steam or bake? Spam is good, but you need like bread or a tortilla or something. I'm trying to think of like what I would cook with only canned food. Let me think. Tomato, diced tomatoes, beans, a little bit of canned jalapenos. I'm trying to make a chili. What do you put for meat in an only canned, you know? I agree with the spam. You could actually dice beef jerky and it'll hydrate up real nice in a chili. Did you know that? It'll hydrate real nice. I don't know that I could make like an only canned food. You know what? Fuck it. Matthew, you know what? That's what I'm going to try to do. After today's stream, I'm going to go to the supermarket and I'm going to try to build a delicious meal only with canned goods. And I will report back to tell you whether it was good or not. Saku, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. I do miss cosplay and sewing, but I don't have the space for it. To go to 1 billion cons a year like I used to, I hope I still remember how to. Are you going to a con? I haven't been to a con since TwitchCon in like fucking 4 years or some shit like that. And it was not a good con. It was not good. I'm going to Offkai. How do I feel about Offkai? I don't know anything about Offkai. I know it's a VTuber. The Saikuno incident. Yes! Yes, that was the Saikuno incident. TwitchCon is never good. Somebody's fucking breaking their back and dying. Not dying, but you know. Do I, you know? I don't know. Donchi, thank you very much for the super chat. My $500 tax return came in. Shares supposed. Oh, thank you. What color do orcs sunburn to? My grandma is actually like olive green. Olive green. My grandma is a vegetarian and made a banging creamy ratatouille with lots of tomato. You should find a recipe like that. Ooh. Ratatouille. I have always been an orcish garbage disposal. I will eat anything that you put in front of me. Even garbage. But I do think that I probably would have balked at Ratatouille when I was a kid, just because it's like, what? That's it? But I think now that I'm old and beaten up, I would fucking I would be like, you know, like the watermelon, like eating watermelon. I would just fucking eat the shit out of Ratatouille. I'm impressed that you would be able to eat it as a child. I don't know. Children can be like weird. Kale, thank you very much for the super chat. Oh, Rexy. Ham, Ivana. Good morning, good morning. Jimmers, good morning. Thank you for hopping in, I appreciate it. When you go to a convention as a guest, what do you like to do? Panels, cosplay, laseabout? I just spend the entire time in Artist Alley. I spend the entire time in Artist Alley. I have a funny story about that. I have a funny story about that. I was hanging around in Artist Alley, and then not my friend, but a friend of a friend who knew me. We met like once because I was like carrying around like, you know, bags and such and like gear for my cosplay friends. So, and then I met this person. This person was was at Artist Alley, and they were like manning a booth, and they were like, "Oh, Randon." I was like, "Yeah." So what are you doing? He's like, "Oh, I'm just hanging around Artist Alley." And he's like, they were like, "You've just been walking back and forth." I was like, "Yeah, I just like to hang out here." He's like, "Hey, can you help me out?" I was like, "What's up?" It's like, "Could you man the booth while I go get food?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." So they like sat me down and they showed me how to run the credit card thing and whatever, right? And then they were like, "This is how much this costs, this is how much this costs." So I like sat down and I was like manning the booth, and then they left. They were gone for like 3 hours, and I was just sitting there, and my friends that I came to the convention with like passed by, and they're like, Brandon? I was like, "Yeah, you want to buy something?" And they were like, "No, what are you doing here?" It's like, "Then get out." I turned into a full-on capitalist. Like, I shooed my friends away because they were like, "They're not gonna buy anything. You're wasting floor space. Get out of my fucking booth." I think you got scammed, brother. I don't know. I had a fun time. It was like a funny experience, right? It was fun. It was a good experience. Do you think you'd ever get invited to man the booth? They said that, I don't know if they were just gassing me up, but they said that I sold more than they did. But apparently they were like, well, it's because you get more sales at the end of the day, right, than the beginning? Or something like that? Is that your only cashier experience? It's my only experience on that side of the cash, like, you know, the cashier, you know. I've robbed many a cashier, but that's my first time being one, and I was like, oh, this is what it's like. So that's my convention story. Damien Cortada, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. Yum Yum Pedigree Chili. I'm into it, Matthew. I'm gonna fucking go to the supermarket today after the stream is done, and I'm gonna try to make a can-only recipe. I'm allowed to spice it, right? With the spices from my cabinet. Because that's crazy if you can't use any spices. It's gonna taste like shit. Matthew, thank you very much for the super chat. Randon's Racketeer arc, buy 110% and get the fuck out. Exactly. It's like crazy to me that they trusted me with their booth. Is that like unbelievable? Artists in my chat that have ever manned a booth at a convention, is it unbelievable that you would trust like not like barely an acquaintance with your booth and you would just fucking leave for 3 hours? Tell me about, like, is there something weird about that? That's insane. It is insane, right? That's like your fucking, that's like everything. I think you carry like a couple $1,000s worth of stuff. You look handsome and trustworthy. Thank you. Or maybe I'm just, oh, strip the who are we Ham, who are we stripping a VIP? Oh shit. It's a bloodbath. Triple kill. Okay. Un-VIP. Monica sees you. Crippled PP. Un-VIP. Crippled PP. And then the Phantom Knot. Un-VIP. The Phantom Knot. The Phantom Knot. Triple kill! Double kill! Triple kill! Oh baby, a triple! Oh yeah! Tell us, what is your wisdom of the day? Mrs. Bad Boy Health, good morning. Thank you for dropping in. Do I have, but I'm leaving you there for 5 minutes max. I wanted to see people's responses to my question. Randon destined to uncompensate. I did not get compensated, it's true. They didn't even bring me back food. Same, but I got released quickly after the seller saw that my scowly face deterred customers. I would trust you. I hope your sunburn stops hurting soon so you don't have to get horny. Thank you. That's the nicest thing anybody has ever said to me. I trust you. That's insane. Not at all. My oomphs do it to me all the time. Okay. Did they say why they took so long? They did not. Amen. They did not give me even a hint of an excuse. They were just like, oh, sorry, I just got held up by stuff. And I was like, oh, no problem. That's insane. I've asked a stranger to look after my table once. Okay, Garo. Then an acquaintance, somebody that you know their name, you've met them at a gathering, and you have friends that seem to like them, right? Then it's like, well, if my friends trust you, then I could trust you. Something like that. They were very nice to me after that. Like, every time after that, they would make sure to like, hey, hello, you know? Strangers gave me 2 pieces once at a con and I ate it up like a good boy. I've been given money on the street before. One time I was sitting in shambles outside of a McDonald's, unironically crying, and somebody gave me like $5. It cheered me up. You gotta get new clothes, man. Don't ask me why I was crying. I remember the McDonald's. It was like under a fucking bridge. It's the weirdest McDonald's ever. Somebody just gave me $5. Did it help you to stop crying? It actually did. It actually did. Hobo maxing. This is very strange. Don, what up? Thank you very much for the super chat. Aloe vera funds for your poor skin. I don't like greasy skin, so I don't know that like I'll ever. All right, I'll get aloe and I'll attempt it. I'll attempt to heal my skin. So I was asked to give wisdom, correct? Who requested wisdom? Ah, bad boy hell. Do I have wisdom to give this morning? I mean, I could give you copium, right? I could give you copium. Brandon, it's 2026. There are non-gross sunscreens now. It's no longer the goop from our childhood. I refuse to believe that. If you cry outside of McDonald's, people will give you money. It's only happened once, and I've cried outside of McDonald's maybe like 50 times. That's not a good record, Danchi. It's basically like a fluke, like a statistical error. I've cried outside of McDonald's like 50 times. I've only gotten money once. It's not enough to rely on. It's nice that you cry a lot. It's healthy. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta give you some wisdom, right? There is a healthy way to hold a grudge, in my opinion. There's a healthy way to hold a grudge. How do I describe this? Whenever I get screwed over by somebody, right? Whenever I get screwed over by somebody, I don't let it burn me up on the inside because I consider that usually, unless they fucking cut off my arm, I use it as an excuse to never have to deal with that person ever again. And then I consider that a cheap cost. For example, oh, Sakura Rose, good morning. Thank you for stopping by. Let me put this into perspective for you. How many of you guys have lent money to somebody and they never returned it and now you hate them? You're just like, it like bothers you. You think about it in bed at night and it was like 10 years ago and it just burns you up, right? Because I hold a grudge, it prevents me from like burning up on the inside, you know? Because I think now I have a clean reason to hate you. I don't let it go, Mark the Undead. I don't let it go, and it lets me sleep at night. Isn't that a streamer? I only lend money if you don't expect it back. That's a tough one. I think I will always expect it back, but it's better to like know when someone is untrustworthy in a low stakes case, and you only need to do it once or twice. They come back to you hat in hand and you're like, I remember that time you like didn't return the money, so now I can guilt-free tell you to fuck off. A girl owes me 20 bucks from 2017. I'm still mad about it. Danchi, I think what you could do is think that in the future, this day may never come, but in the future, that girl may come back to you and be like, hey, can you help me out? And you have a guilt-free reason to tell that girl to fuck off. Fuck all the way off. I did it twice and it felt so good. That's how I just like, I don't know. It's worse when somebody is socially, I don't know, savvy, and they know how to like tread the line. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like, that bothers me more than someone that just fucking crosses over the line and then I could just be like, okay, fuck you forever. But like, there's a lot of people out there that are intelligent enough to like just tread the line. Just tread the line. Like, not enough for you to tell them to fuck off, but they're just like not a good person, and those people are way more troublesome than somebody, you know. Randy, can I borrow $20? I swear I'll pay you back. Okay, done. Dutch Chairman, thank you very much for the super chat. Randon, I recently got an autism diagnosis. Any advice on how I can weaponize it for evil or good? Streamer's choice. Okay. Weaponizing it for evil or good. Weaponize autism. Let me think. Instead of borrowing money, how about borrowing a recipe for good tea? I mean, I would if I could, you know? It's okay to hold a grudge. Let me think. How do you weaponize autism for good or evil? You should know. Brandon, can I borrow a feeling? I forgot what his name was. Kirk? Okay, Kirk Van Houten. Becoming a VTuber is pretty much just weaponized autism. I think the best way to weaponize it is unabashedly talking about your special interest freely is delicious. I mean, like, you can't shoot. Could you choose your interest? I feel like it's just kind of Can you guys corroborate? Have you guys ever like decided? Have you guys ever decided to be obsessed with something, or does it just fucking come up and bite you in the ass? With no, it doesn't ask you questions. It doesn't be like, oh yeah, let's do it. The interest choosing, yeah. Sean, I feel like I wish I could choose what I'm interested in. It just happens at random, and the shit that I happen to be fucking obsessed with tends to be fucking expensive. This is the second one. You can't really choose what to be obsessed with. Definitely sneaks up on you at 3 a.m. Yeah. My interests are randonneuring and the serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer. That is a wild, that's a wild statement. Kiami, yes, is Trigun, because it was my favorite anime when I was a kid. I love Trigun. I loved it better than all of the animes that everybody was watching, and I was like, ah, this one's the best. I cry playing video games. I cry listening to music. I cry for fun. I need to help Dutch Chairman figure out a way to weaponize his autism. Morning Blade VIP, thank you very much for the super chat. Randon, can you hold this for me real quick? I need to tie my shoes. Dawn sprints off with your $20. Trigun is great, but I was a Helsing chat. I also loved Helsing. I feel like those two, weren't those two artists buddies? They like talk to each other. They drew for each other or some shit like that. I like vaguely remember they used to, you know, the guy that drew Helsing drew Trigun art, and the guy that did Trigun drew Helsing art. I like vaguely recall that. Yes? Yeah, I thought they were buddies. They were in the same Dojin circle, friends. Yeah. I don't believe it because Helsing's artist is a lazy bum. I mean, he'll never be lazier than Togashi, right? The guy that does Hunter x Hunter, because he got that... He married into sick, nasty Sailor Moon money, and now he doesn't need to do shit. He's just fucking sitting there in his Sailor Moon mansion with his hot Sailor Moon wife, and he's just like, oh man, this is fucking awesome. Why the fuck would I be working? Isn't he sick? I don't know. Like, is he? I don't know. I can't tell because I certainly would not work if I married the creator of Sailor Moon. I just fucking sit around and do nothing all day. Got that Sailor Moon money. He's living the life. It's like he married fucking Oprah. I thought he had health issues. I mean, like, all right. At the risk of being a little edgy, I interpreted that as he had VTuber health issues. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about when I say VTuber health issues? I interpreted that as like, I need a socially acceptable reason to like fuck off forever and never come back. And it's kind of like, ah, health issues. Okay, okay. Hey man, I have no judgment. That shit is like completely okay by me, man. Whatever you need to do to, you know, to chill guilt-free, do it, man. Come back. Health issues is what he tells his editors to get him off his back. That's what I assumed. I might be wrong. Bro, you cannot. Marrying to soap opera versus marrying to Thomas the Tank Engine. Damien Cortada, thank you so much for the super chat. I mean, Yu Yu Hakusho alone was enough for him to retire. TBH, I still love it today. You know, all right, Damien, can I like point something out? I love Togashi. I love everything that Togashi has ever done. Level E, Yu Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter, like all that stuff, right? I think Togashi, because he's like an actual artist and a writer, because he writes like good shit, is like full of like weirdness and soul. He's not really good at merchandising. Do you know what I mean? He's not really good at merchandising. Like, I feel like people wouldn't buy like a fucking gachapon like of his shit. So like, and I feel like the residuals is where you make your money, right? I don't feel like any of the art that he's made, any of the manga that he's made is like residual friendly. You think he would, given who his wife is? I mean, I don't know. He made Hisoka, so I love him too. Jovash, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. 31 months, this isn't a member stream. It's okay, they know I'm just a crazy old man yelling at a cloud. Nobody gives a shit what I think. Nobody gives a shit what I think. I'm just a crazy old man yelling at a cloud. I don't mean nothing to nobody. I can just shoot from the hip. Fair enough, makes sense. I feel like see, now I might be shooting, you know, strays at an artist, and no matter what type of artist you are, I love you and I support you. But I will shoot at the hip, okay? And if you feel like this applies to you and I'm like talking shit on you, I apologize. I mean no disrespect, okay? I mean no disrespect, but I feel like the amount of soul art has is inversely proportional to how merchandisable it is, right? Man. See, now I feel like I'm talking shit on people that I really, really respect. But in my defense, I feel like, because I've seen art. I know what you mean. Well, let's talk about the person that I'm thinking about, right? Like Omina. Omina is an incredible artist. I've seen like a lot of her stuff that's like not gonna go into like the stuff that she creates for her shop. Stuff like Genshin has no soul to me. But what about like Artist Alley artists, right? I don't know. It's tough to say. It might just be me being like a hipster, right? I feel like the soul of an art is inversely proportional to like how well it would sell. I find that with like books as well. I don't want to see fan art or something that has no soul. It's tough. I think if you could create merchandise with soul, then you have like a superpower. I got her 8 spam orc bag on right now. It's good. I think she does create merchandise with soul, but it's hard. It's not something that anybody can do. It's difficult. I think the best art that she's ever made is stuff that like you'll never see. Unless you could talk to her directly and she just shows you the stuff that she's worked on. It's got to be half soulful at the very least. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I might be just talking out of my fucking ass because I'm not an artist, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Dutch Chairman, thank you very much for the super chat. God, I remember walking to my local comic shop and getting into the Dutch translation of Ghost in the Shell. Oh my god. What does the Dutch translation of Ghost in the Shell look like? I'm trying to imagine it. Lugia, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. I appreciate it. You can give them a little taste of memberships so they join. Just a little taste. Just a little taste. Bro is saying the Rananui has no soul. Shiobi, it's tough. I put my foot in my mouth. It's tough. Let's move away from merch, right? Let's talk about books, right? I think the most soulful books that I've ever read will never be successful, ever. And then fucking Harry Potter is like wildly successful, and I think it's not even mid. I think it's sub mid. I did not like Harry Potter when I was reading it. Doesn't it seem that way? Doesn't the world seem that way? That like art, fake millennial. Will you share the name of the books with us? Like the books that I consider really, really soulful. I mean, I keep telling people like up and down to read Oscar Wilde. Oscar Wilde was really good. It's a book where I expected my favorite character to be the comic book nerd. The chubby incel comic book nerd. But then my favorite character ended up being like the Chad. Oh shit, what was his name? Junior? I thought you said Oscar Wilde. I like Oscar Wilde, but Oscar Wow. Wow. W-A-O. Real soulful books are for people that can read and don't need every single thing spelled out. Tough to say. Harry Potter was fun to read as a kid, but by God, they have aged terribly for anybody with half a developed brain. I think the true crime of Harry Potter. Oh man, am I gonna like? Hold on. Why am I shooting at the hip? I'm shooting at the hip too much. I choose not to judge people that like and have affection for Harry Potter. Oh yeah, I've read basically all of Discworld. Although like I've lost track because there's like 20 of them. I think I've read like 15, between 15 and 20, you know, Discworld books. This is an anti-Harry Potter safe space. I think people are allowed to enjoy it if it was their childhood. But even when I was a kid, I was like, I think it's because I read it when I was already reading fan fiction. I was reading like Evangelion fan fiction, right? I was reading Evangelion and Inuyasha fan fiction, and then I started reading Harry Potter, and I was like, this is like really bad fan fiction. I'm imagining like Shinji-kun as fucking Harry Potter, and he's like an orphan, and his aunt and uncle are really shitty to him, and Gendo is his uncle, and then, you know, he's a billionaire, you know, athlete Chad, and it's like, this is like really bad. This is fan fiction that I'm... I literally tossed the first Harry Potter book in the trash after finishing it. I feel like no mechs in Harry Potter, that's right. Harry Potter fanfics are a different beast. I feel like Harry Potter's crime is not being mid. It's that it created like a generation of people that like they just, to them it's like peak, and it's the only thing that they could think about when it comes to like written media. You know what I mean? I think it's good if you started with it and it got you into reading and then you moved on to other stuff. But I feel like there's like millions of people out there in the world where like they read Harry Potter and they're like, this is my favorite thing, and then they stopped reading, and it's like the only book that they like. And that's a fucking tragedy, because I have to imagine that there's a subsection of that group of people where if they never read Harry Potter, then when they got into college, they would have gotten into like a different book, and then they would be a reader, right? That's what makes me really sad. If you never would have read, period, and that's your favorite book and it got you to like a book, then that's fine. But I feel like there's at least like 500,000 people out there that would have become avid readers later on in life, but they just stopped at Harry Potter, and that's like their only book that they like. Thinking reading books as a kid makes them readers? I don't know. Shinji, you're a wizard. Doesn't... Could you imagine if, like, just imagine Harry Potter, but then, like, you replace everybody with Evangelion characters. And then it's like, oh, this is like a shitty AU. The main character gets everything that they want, and everybody loves them, right? Can't you, like, imagine it? Get in the robot area. You guys are fucking with me. I'm trying to make a point. This is the stream that finally cancels randoneering. I feel like I'm taking shots at like gigantic groups of people. It's gonna come back to bite me in the ass. It's like, whatever, man. Whatever. Sudsies, good morning. Hello, hello. Getting the sorting hat, Shinji. Maybe. It's okay to have opinions. Is it okay to have opinions? Yes, I have plenty of strong opinions, but I generally keep them to myself. I guess because I operate under the assumption that nobody gives a crap. I was just smelling my bits. I know I'm getting too comfortable with you guys because I would never fucking do that. I'm imagining doing that in a fucking meeting. Oh my god. I would fucking blow my fucking brains out with a gun. I'm getting way too comfortable with you guys. Lenny! I did. Danchi, I'm fucking shooting this shit with you guys, and I literally ran the back of my hand under my armpit, and I gave it like a big old sniff, and I was like, what the fuck? That is not good. That is trashy. I apologize for that. I hope you didn't hear me. I hope you didn't hear me do that. Okay, Verdinty, can I defend myself in my own defense? Yes, I do that. But I do that because I hate having an odor. Amos, I did my thing that I usually do when I think that nobody is looking at me. I use the back of my hand to sniff my pits to see if I have an odor, and if I have BO, I immediately go shower. That's why I do that, because I hate the idea that somebody can smell me. Okay, Verdinty, like, that's in my defense. I don't do it to be like a gross weirdo. I do it because I don't want to be a gross weirdo, and if I smell, I go and I take a shower. Just wear deodorant, dude. You know, I'm kind of anti-deodorant. I would rather just take a whole ass shower. Is that weird? I mean, I guess it's not water efficient, right? I'm wasting tons of water because I take like 2 showers a day, unless I'm sunburned. Brandon, I have a question for you. Why are you green? I'm green because anywhere, I mean, depending on the time of the year, I get 10 to 50% of my energy needs by photosynthesizing. That's why I'm green. I'm like a hybrid. I'm like a hybrid organism. Like a Prius. It really cuts down on the, you know. Please stop. Thank you very much for being a member for 13 months. Green Man, have you ever read a book that does a hard swerve into a different genre halfway through? Read a fantasy book that became romance because it sucked? Wait, that became romance, it sucked. Have I ever read a book that did a hard swerve? Let me think. Have you guys read The Girl with All the Gifts? I feel like that book does like a fucking swerve and a half. Yes. That book goes like fucking crazy. Like, it's like, this is a different book now. What? I've heard of it but never read it. Don't ask him why webcam is green. I read One Piece and it swerved into being absolute trash. Okay, Dime Out, tell me when it became trash. I dropped it at the beginning of Wano. I like One Piece, but I'm not current on it. Page 2, Swinging for the Fences. After the prison arc. Ah! So you didn't like the Marineford Park arc. I love the ending of Wano. Not the One Piece slander. I like One Piece, but I'm not current, so I can't tell you. I think I still liked it after the prison arc, but I will admit that... Let me think. Impel Down was really good, and then Marineford, I thought it was okay. And then there's a time skip. Wait, was there a time skip? When was this time skip? I don't remember. Yeah, that was a time skip. Egghead Island sucked balls. I thought... Did I like Whole Cake? I don't know that I liked Whole Cake that much. The Big Mom arc? I didn't like it that much. What about Fishman Island? I didn't like the Fishman Island arc that much either. My issue with One Piece is that I think every other arc is just fucking fucking Alabasta rehashed, right? Dressrosa sucked too. Well, I didn't like Dressrosa because it reminded me of Alabasta arc, but shittier. Fishman Island arc sucks. Fishman Island had good moments, but it's not my favorite. I didn't like it because I don't like the mermaid princess. And I get it. I get that it's supposed to be like... I don't know what it's supposed to be. I take it back. I like the goth mermaid. That was my favorite character, but... I mean... Dang, Randon hates giant women confirmed. Big woman, nice to me. Have you seen that? That's like one of my favorite comics, like web comics. Have you guys seen that? Brandon, do you like goths? I do. I have like only positive memories of goths from my childhood. Randy, big misogynist. Pinky Kiwi, you don't know what it's from? It's like it's like what are your interests? It's like somebody being interviewed and it's like, what are your interests? And then they hold out like a mic or something, and then the person is like clearly having a mental breakdown and they're like, big strong woman, nice to me. I thought you were only answering with cryptic half-truths. I think a half-truth is a lie. I miss being goth, but I normified. Why did you normify? What happened? What happened? Can't be bigger than you, unfortunately. Everybody has the ability to be bigger than me. If you have the willpower and like a truck full of Crisco, you can be bigger than me. It might take a couple of years, but you can get there. I was in the goth group, great times. Brandon, you're 6'9", 500 pounds. You can do it. You can do it. You just need to reach your full potential. Numa smells. Good morning. Brandon, what is your favorite animal? Do I need to answer in a cryptic half-truth? I mean, I could tell you like the actual animal, but how do I do it in a half-truth? It's a gigantic bird that eats the slowest animal ever. That is a cryptic half-truth. It's a gigantic flying creature that eats the slowest animal ever. I low-key turned normie. It's too expensive and I got old. That's fair. For my part, I have always dressed and acted like a homeless person. Good morning. It's 2 a.m. here, though. Yo. I'm happy that you're hanging out so late at night. The Rock. I don't think I'm a normie, but I'm not alt or anything either. Maybe I'm a hipster. Who knows? You might just be like DGAF personified. Do you ever talk to the guys? The guys? What are you talking about? Ren, good morning, good morning. Do you ever talk to the guys? I don't talk to anybody. Let me look at my fucking Discord. I talk to nobody. You know what's been a big boon? All right, so I talk to Akashi like every fucking day. I think I talk to Fleshy like once every couple weeks. I talk to Big Ham once every couple weeks. Onslop hours is really like, we have a Discord chat. And I talk in Unkslop chat like every day. That's basically it. Can we talk to you? Of course. Of course. The problem is like, I just don't use, I try not to use any type of social media, and that includes Discord. I just fuck off, and to maintain my own mental health, I just fuck off. Mythical Unkslop chat. We talk about some good ass shit in Unkslop chat. What are we talking about? Scientists confirm that hantavirus can shrink your penis size by up to 3 inches. Is it possible to have hantavirus from birth? Is there a cure? Why did you read that one? Because it's the last thing that we talked about. It's the last thing that we fucking talked about. You just outed one of the yogs. All right, Big Ham, I'm gonna tell you like a deep secret. I'm gonna teach you like a deep secret that applies to like every penis haver on the planet. There isn't a penis haver on the planet that would not appreciate an extra 3 inches. Even if you've got like a 14-inch hog, you would be like, I could do 17. Just a couple more inches and I could wrap it around my waist like a belt. Let's go. We hog maxing in here. We hog maxing. See, Rivian's with a 200-inch penis. Okay, we're gonna move on because it's getting weird. Shiki, thank you very much for the super chat. Good morning, brother. I only recently found out that randonneuring is actually the name of a long-distance cycling sport. How did I not know this? Because it's kind of niche. I told you guys about this, right? That the #1 randonneuring event in the world is Paris-Brest-Paris, which is you start off in Paris, France, and then you bicycle over to Brest, which I believe is on the coast, if I recall correctly, and then you bicycle back. And it's like 1,200 kilometers, and you have to do it in 3.5 days. It is fucking out of this fucking world. When I was younger and stupider and more optimistic, I thought that if I trained hard enough, eventually I would be able to do that. But I think I'm too old now. I don't think I'd be able to do that. I think it's too hard. I wonder at what point you don't have enough blood to get erect without passing out. I feel like we could get a scientist to figure that out. Outrun the wind. I am now imagining like a Bane-like situation. Somebody with like a 250-inch penis, and in order to get like an erection, they have to have like a Bane, like there's fucking pipes running through the back of their neck, and they have to like pump blood into their body, and then they get a fucking rager. This is what size they turn like a dial. They turn like a fucking dial on their wrist that looks like fucking blanket from, you know, what was it called? Oh shit. The Brave Little Toaster. The dial on their wrist looks like the fucking blanket from Brave Little Toaster, and they go get like a freaking rager with a hydraulic dick. Exactly. Why are we power scaling penises? Because Big Ham was like, oh, you outed an unk, you outed an unk. Newsflash, the unk was me, but it's not outing anybody because every dude, you know, like everybody. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Nobody's being embarrassed. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? I honestly think, okay. Saga's Valorant, I'm gonna be real. I'm hoping that in 10 years, the internet still exists so I could stream. I'm hoping that in 10 years, the internet still exists so I can stream, but I feel like there's going to be rolling blackouts and... Uh-oh. My thing froze. There we go. My thing froze. Exactly, Gwabin. I think I'm going to be living in a hut in like a fucking wasteland, and I'm going to be like subsistence cropping, and I'm going to have like a makeshift rain barrel that I use to garden. Who's your favorite cryptid? Oh, that's a good one. Let me think. Honestly, the Jersey Devil might be my favorite cryptid. I think the Jersey Devil is my favorite cryptid because I feel like the citizens of New Jersey would definitely catch and eat the Jersey Devil. Like a bunch of like feral cannibals. The Jersey Devil would be like, get me the fuck out of here. No Fresno Nightwalkers for you? Jersey represent. I feel like the Jersey Devil would get fucking mogged by the average like person that lives in New Jersey. Is that cruel? I don't know. I feel like there's no way. Grew up in Jersey, can confirm. They would just like kill the shit out of the Jersey Devil. Mike, the situation caught eating the Jersey Devil. I'm telling you, man. I'm imagining Tony Soprano riding the Jersey Devil, and he's wearing his like boat captain hat. Mystic Butts, thank you very much for being a member for 31 months. Have you seen the super cute femboy outfit of a certain exorcist? No. I'm always into fanboys. No, I haven't. Tell me more. But the bit, the bit where like Akashi and I were throwing fucking grenades everywhere. And then he blew up the little bunker, and I like had a freak out, and I was like, "My fanboy can take me." That was good. I think about that, and it makes me laugh. Jersey Mike's devouring the Jersey Devil. Reminds me of that robot who tried to travel across the US. That motherfucker didn't make it out of Philly. After the apocalypse... Oh yeah, there was asked like, where do I see myself in 10 years? I'm probably going to be streaming unless the internet has gone down. And I'm going to be subsistence farming. And I feel it in my gut. I'm probably going to be a poacher. But because I need like food. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to like poach food and then just... I need it to eat, you know? I don't know what to tell you, man. After the apocalypse, I hope you can make shadow puppets on the walls of your hut and pretend that you're talking with us. I'm hoping, like, you know, it'll be like, I'm back! I'm back, guys! Randon streaming the allegory of the caves to all the new Randonites. I would like it if we could form a community, and then I would be in a cage. And then every morning at 10 a.m., you... remove the blanket covering the cage, and then I entertain you, and then after 2 or 3 hours you put a blanket over the cage again, and that's basically like a stream. Man, preserving meat would be hard. I don't know how to do it. I mean, it's not that hard to dry meat, right? Outdoors, got to get a solar setup and some battery storage to get through the rolling blackouts. But solar is so expensive, right? Is it artificially expensive? I don't know. It's tough. The good thing is, did you guys know this? Did you guys know this? Maybe like 5 to 10 years ago, people were saying, well, a solar panel, you'll never really get your money back because the panel itself degrades so quickly that like you're gonna have to get a new one. But they released a new study from solar panels that were like built and put into use like 15 years ago. And they still have like 90% efficiency. Isn't that crazy? You could use a solar panel for 15 years and it's still, after 15 years, assuming that it doesn't get broken like in a fucking hurricane or some shit like that, it's still producing 90% of its maximum output. So it's like, damn, it's pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking good. Panels last like 15 to 30 years. Renter, but we were told 10 years ago that a solar panel would only last 5 to 10 years. And that's just like straight up wrong, right? The government used to pay us for extra energy from our solar panels sent to the grid. You have to live in an area that does that. And unfortunately, not a lot of us do. I think that is the smartest way to do it, but like very few areas of the world let you do that. You could produce a lot of energy in places like Florida and sell it. Then Florida is like lucky. It's pretty... The batteries is the expensive part. Those are the ones that degrade and last about 10 years. Yeah. Our government now charges you for generating your own energy? No, Europe would never do that! I'm literally shaking right now. Time out, no. Europe would never do that. No, I'm shaking. No. No. Tell me that's not true. Why would they charge you for fucking doing solar? That's crazy. I'm sorry, but why? Who benefits? It's like everybody wins if you generate, like you don't, why wouldn't they? I mean, because I feel like you're doing the country and the government a favor if you generate your own electricity, because you're not taking up, you're not stressing the grid, you're not, you know? That's crazy. Nothing is free, not even sunlight. Europe loves making additional taxes. But it's supposed to be a freaking utopia. Come on. What? Like, they actually charged if you overproduce electricity only in America. Capitalism is alive and well, even in socialist countries. But you're helping. But you're helping. What? Capri Hueso, thank you very much for being a member for 7 months. 2 months away from a baby? What? 2 months away that is the most cryptic. I mean, you're gonna have a baby? Congratulations. We can see Randon the Nuring the Orc having his worldview shattered in mere seconds within his natural habitat. No, it's not taxes. The residential energy grid is just stressed to hell and back from all the boomers generating solar energy. Wait, let me try to read that. The residential energy grid is just stressed to hell and back from all the boomers generating solar energy. Why is the grid being stressed by people generating solar energy? To my mind, it reduces stress on the grid because you're not having to pull energy from the grid. Also, I'd like to move somewhere with good health insurance, but moving is hard. Yeah, I feel it. 9 months sub, baby. Woo! From Google, while no single specific U.S. town is famously known by its name for charging residents for producing too much solar energy, this is a widespread policy issue in regions with high solar. It's because they don't pay to update the infrastructure, so they blame individual solar panel users. Is that true? That's so sad. Yeah, basically. That's crazy. What? Our government now subsidizes power so everyone can get a flat, low rate, and all the solar installation companies are going bankrupt. Huh. But I want it. I want it real bad. I want to be I want to be in like a fucking RV, like a homeless man in an RV with solar panels. And if I could stream from the RV, that would be perfect. That would be my perfect life. That would be my #1 life if I could do that. Would you ever consider living on a boat? I would. I would for one bit and one bit only. It would be to stream in the path of a hurricane. Just to watch you guys like freak out. You're gonna need a Starlink as well. The problem with satellite internet is because the throttling, right? Did you guys know that? Not throttling. What is it called? It's like data caps, right? The problem with satellite internet is you can't really stream reliably on it because of the data cap. Latency and data cap. Yeah. Throbbing. What's up with you and hurricanes? They just make me rock hard, man. I don't know what to tell you. I actually looked up, can I stream on satellite internet? And it's like, no. Does satellite get through the heavy clouds? Some of it does. Here in Virginia, we're taxed for using electric and hybrid vehicles because the state wants what we would normally have paid in taxes on gas to use for road maintenance and the like. Huh. Storm chasers use it these days. You know, I think that's valid. Wait, you could stream using it? I've heard that it's not realistic to use satellite internet for streaming. Hurricanes have a big hole in the middle, so they're doable. Exactly. The hole. IRL streamers use it? Maybe I'm wrong. If I could stream from a box in the middle of nowhere, then, you know, I would live in a box. There's a guy who streamed going up Mount Fuji using Starlink, Japan Day Tripper. How stable was it? It's better now. Starlink has so many satellites, the latency is vastly improved over it. But what about the data cap? Satellite internet has gotten pretty good if you can get the right setup. Okay, Diogenes. Well, he lived in a jar down by the river. Down, down, down by the river. No. According to my experience with ship-used Starlink, they're really fast. However, some country prohibits how low-orbit satellites are in India. Oh, okay. What about a van down by the river? This is pretty good. Not interested in paying the Starlink guy who paid to go to Epstein Island. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like, Amazon has one, but I don't really want to pay Amazon either, right? What options do we have? We don't really have a whole lot of options, right? I was chatting with him by telling him how many more corners he had left. Overall landmarks in the way using... Wait, Azahara, have you climbed Mount Fuji? That's fucking awesome. It sounds like you've been up there. The last time... Oh, you haven't. Okay. The last time I went to Japan, I considered climbing Mount Fuji. But then I Googled, like... I Googled it, and it was like, oh, you need to, like, train for this. I was, like, very out of shape. I was like, well, let's try hiking up this other mountain that I could take by train outside of Tokyo and see, like, how in shape I am. And I was like, oh, I am not in shape. I would fucking get owned by Mount Fuji. Recommended. I did not train and it was good. I think you might just... I think you just might be really fit. Yes! Danchi, I got lapped by a grandma with one of those big-ass visor hats, drinking a fucking Kirin beer. That's crazy, right? That's fucking crazy. There's also way too many tourists climbing Mount Fuji, so it's way too crowded. She sounds awesome. I naively think that I could do it because I walk a lot, but I definitely get bodied by Mount Fuji. I mean, the air gets really thin. Did you know that? I don't know. Like, I'm impressed that Mr. Phantom can fucking climb it with no training. Because Mount Fuji is high enough that the air gets really thin. And you can get altitude sickness if you don't, you know. There's a very famous incident regarding a Nico streamer climbing Mount Fuji during the prohibited season that did not... Well, I mean, you should never go because it gets really fucking windy up there. You'll, like, fucking die. But, like, assuming that it's in season and it's safe and there's other people going, there's still really... Thin air. I lived in Colorado. I could take Fuji no problem. Could you take it with no acclimation, though? I mean, if you go straight from fucking Denver, Colorado to Fuji, of course you could, I think, right? Fuji can be very long, grueling climb depending on where you start, but it's not as tall as the 14ers in Colorado. It's true. But I feel like, how many of us are coming straight from fucking, you know, like a mountain in Colorado to fucking Tokyo? I have a random question. I have a question, Randon. If you had not become a VTuber, what career path would you have been? That's a good question. I did not go into a career... I did not go into a career that my major was related to. I was like, I just kind of fucking fell into it. And then I started getting, you know, certifications and such, right? Professional box occupant. What did you do before VTubing? I was a white-collar office worker, but I don't ever plan on telling you guys what I actually did. You'd make a hot-ass dentist, dude. You mean like an assistant? What'd you study? I mean, is it okay to just tell you what I studied? Because there's like a gajillion. You're gonna be like, oh, so you're a douchebag if I tell you what I studied. Sure, yeah, that's fine. I studied economics. Were you a CPA? I was not a CPA, no. Not business, fuck that. It's unrelated to your job anyway, yeah. Called it mob accountant. Makes sense, Poindexter. It's called the dismal science because it just doesn't fucking work. It's called the dismal science because it doesn't fucking work. That's the running joke. You make hella Excel sheets? Indeed. Indeed. Ever been on the trading desk? No, never. I could never. I would have a mental breakdown gambling someone else's money. Not gambling, but like, you know, using someone else's money. That shit gives me like a fucking... Oh, man. And it's like, I imagine like how terrible I would feel if I fucking lost all their money. Like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. If you studied economics and explained to me Spice and Wolf, if you find yourself in a situation where you have no home, but you have a cart, and there's like a fucking cute girl with fucking animal ears that's just like hanging around, you just fucking run with it. All right? Pinky Kiwi, you just fucking run with it. Don't ask questions. You just fucking... Don't ask too many questions. Just fucking roll with it. Because you're already winning at that point. Find it funny that IRS accounts are giving guns to federal agents. Is that true? Feds, man. That streamer was streaming himself climbing Mount Fuji, and the last scene of the stream was him slipping down the snowing slope without a sled. I've heard that one of the most important skills to have if you're like a mountain climber is how to arrest. You know, how to stop yourself. Which is fucking terrifying because I don't know how to do that. I'm like perfectly round, so I'll start to roll. Spiky ass shoes or crampons, yeah. How to arrest a slide, and it's like I don't think I'd be able to do that. I'm too round shaped, so I would just I'd fucking roll. I'm a coveted round boy. I would get a cart. Where can I kidnap one of these fox girls? Fuji is closed in the wintertime now, not that it stops everybody. Yeah. I do know that Mount Fuji has like tea shops and shit that are like halfway up the mountain. I graduated as a master in physics. My specialty is theory and particle physics. Oh, wow. But I can't find a job in it, and every other job is just too boring for me, so I change jobs every few years. Astroman, you have a master in physics? That's awesome. Holy shit. Don't you think that's like a shame? That's like such a value. I don't know, like maybe it's not valuable to some people, but to my mind, that's just crazy. You're like a fucking wizard. They asked me if I had a degree in theoretical physics. I told them that I had a theoretical degree in physics. They said, welcome aboard. Yo, good morning. Yeah, you are 3 minutes behind. Physics majors are notorious for just being hired for odd jobs because the job itself a flex for higher math skills and critical thinking. I don't know. I was asked by Daniel, what would I do if I didn't become a VTuber? Honestly, I would probably just probably just be wage slaving, you know? My problem is that I don't trade up. I had multiple friends that told me, like, you just need to keep applying to jobs because you're never going to get a raise just working a job. And then my response would be like, I don't think that you're wrong. I do think that it's definitely true that a job that you currently have will never give you a raise. It'll be like against their will and they'll do it furiously. So the only way to get your raise is to apply for a new job and get a new job. And your base pay is higher than the current one. So just do that. And like, while I believe that's true, I can't do that because I am a docile and ignorant creature. And I just want to stay in one spot and just create like a comfy little niche, right? It's like antithesis to like what I am as an orc. I just want to do the same thing over and over again until I die. And I would love it if that would allow me to be comfortable and have time for hobbies. That's basically just it. I am a docile and ignorant creature. I don't want to hustle. I don't want to have to fucking interview. I don't want to have to fucking impress people. Like, I don't want to impress people. I don't want to be judged. I just want to have a job where like I'm straightening out a paperclip and then I'm reassembling a paperclip, and I do that 8 hours a day until I die. I learned that the hard way. 7 years of experience and suddenly people want to pay me 5 times my hourly rate compared to when I was a wage. You know, it's tough, man. It's tough. Come on, guys. Let's just acquire passive income. Damien, thank you very much for the super chat. Stop. It's too relatable, orc man. I don't want to hustle. I don't want to have to fucking grind. I don't want to have to fucking... I hate conflict. I just want to do my job and be good at it and be appreciated and have a couple hobbies to like get me through the day. That's all I want in life. Like, I don't need anything more than that. I hate competition. I don't like it. I don't like having a fucking target on my back. I don't like people feeling like I've taken something from them or that they deserve something that I have. Like, I just want to fucking do my job. Randon Nuring, only want to live a simple and quiet life. Job hopping is how you avoid conflict. I think like the act of changing a job is in of itself like a traumatic event. Everything from the interview process to being onboarded to having to like talk to new people is just like a fucking traumatic event that I don't want to do it. I don't want to fucking do it, man. It's a humiliation ritual. Isn't the need for appreciation slightly narcissistic? Is that true? Let me think. Isn't the need for appreciation slightly narcissistic? Maybe? I don't know. I mean, if you want to be appreciated for doing something for someone else, that's not narcissistic, right? I don't know. I'd argue that it's a human need. I also hate conflict, but conflict is coming for us anyways. Is true. You're right. You're right. Every encounter at work is an interview. If you do stuff for people and they don't appreciate it, why would you do it again? Definitely true. But I also feel like, in my experience, a lot of times, whenever you do something for someone, over half the time, maybe 60, 70% of the time that you do something, 6, 7, you do something for someone, they file it away as like something that they can take from you with regularity. And it leads to like fucked up situations where they're just like, oh yeah, you did that for me once, so now you have to do that for me forever. And it's like, hey, but I'm busy. And it's like, yeah, but you did it once, so now you have to do it forever. And it's like, where did you get that assumption? And then when you don't do it, they resent it. They get like mad at you. And it's like, then why did I do something for you in the first place? I should have just not have done it at all. And then they're like, yeah, you should have. Fuck, man. It's crazy. Yes, Daima, that's exactly what I'm thinking about. You help someone build a PC and then it breaks 5 years later and they're like, hey, fuckhead, you fucked up the build on my computer and it broke. And it's like, I built that for you 5 years ago. It's like, fucko. I paid good money for that. And it's like, what the fuck? And then you go and check out their fucking computer and it's got like 80 viruses on it. It's like, bro, stop going on Pornhub. Just stop clicking all the shiny links on Pornhub. You got like 50 computer STDs. What the fuck? Or it's never been dusted since you built it? For me? Misfits, do you do this? Do you ever like clean the dust out of your computer? And you completely forget the absolute abject terror that you get before you switch it on? You're like, I'm gonna clean my computer and it's gonna be so much faster. And then you clean it, and then you plug everything back in, and you're about to turn the power button on, and it's like, okay, what if it like does turn on? I made it way worse. I've had it not turn on. It's happened to me like 2 or 3 times. Mostly when I'm younger, because I didn't understand negative pressure when you're building like a computer case. But like the deathly fear that you missed a cable or broke something, yeah. What if I blew out the dust that was holding it together? Yeah. I think that's a largely disproven myth. No, I've definitely had 1 or 2 computers where I cleaned it out. I turned that fucker on and it didn't turn on. And I had to like unplug it and like look at everything and then re-plug everything. And it's like, oh man. Last year I swapped motherboards and it somehow killed my CPU, RAM, and GPU. I'm still saving up to recover from it. Oh, Gaff. I'm sorry to hear that. And like it's just getting worse because the price of computer parts is going crazy. Is it hard to do that with huge orc fingers? I have a tiny little screwdriver that I use. Worst possible time for RAM? You know what's crazy? You know what's like fucking crazy? I have a family member that I talk with them maybe like once every 2 or 3 years. I have a family member, a cousin, and he's like, he literally like texts me. He texted me and I didn't know that he had my numbers, which means like his fucking mom, my aunt, had to give him my fucking number, and my aunt doesn't have my number either, so my aunt had to fucking talk to my mom or my sister. My fucking cousin that I do not talk to fucking texted me, and I was like, who the fuck is this? It's like, oh, it's you know, it's Horatio Nuring, right? And I was like, oh, Horatio, I knew him. What's up? And he came to me like a fucking crackhead, you know, scratching his neck. He's like, y'all got any of that RAM, brother? Y'all got any of that RAM? He came to me to beg for RAM because he's like, apparently like he's building a computer and it's fucking expensive. And I was like, yeah. It's like, could you mail me some RAM? It's like, no, I'm not gonna mail you RAM. Who the fuck are you? It's crazy, right? Did you tell him to eat your shorts? I just told him I didn't have RAM. My cousin Fellatio. I knew him. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him, Fellatio. Who the hell mails RAM? Isn't that crazy? He's asking for RAM without knowing what he needed on his motherboard. I didn't even ask him if it was like DDR4 or 5 or whatever. I have DDR4 and 5. Could have mailed him DDR1. I'm sure, well, anyways, I'm sure if I was like, yeah, what do you need? He would have told me like what he needed. I ain't fucking giving my RAM out to fucking nobodies, right? It would have to be, you know. That's like, honest to God, like it actually fucking happened. That's crazy, right? That's how you know we are in fucking grim, unprecedented times. That like a cousin that you don't even know is going out of their way to fucking slide into your fucking text DMs to just be like, hey, do you have any spare RAM? And it's like, oh my God. It's like the fucking apocalypse, dude. Trench coat full of sketchy RAM. DDR67. I have DDR4 64 gigs brand new that I ordered by accident before the computer AI company screwed us. I have 2 sets. I have 2 sets of 32 gig DDR5 RAM, and I have a lot of DDR4. that I pulled out of old builds, and it's just like I haven't tested it. It's like whatever. I could probably give my cousin DDR4 if he asked for it, but if he asked for DDR5, he's like shit out of luck. I hope the tech industry returns back to normal after once Orc America gets a functional government. This circular financing crap can't be legal. I mean, it is legal. That's why we're in this mess. This is crazy. Rattles tin cup, please, sir, spare some RAM. I mean, like, I kind of ghosted his ass after I was like, oh no, I don't have any RAM. And then, well, yeah, he was like, oh, I don't have any spare RAM, sorry. Sorry, dude. And he's like, oh, and then he responded like, oh, that's cool, man. It's been crazy. I'm trying to build a new computer, and have you seen the price of RAM? And I just ghosted him. Like, I didn't respond to that because I feel like he definitely knows I have RAM. That's the vibe that I got. That he like cold called me to try to get RAM to see like if I would bend, and I didn't. So he's like trying to, you know, like he wants me to respond, and then he's gonna give me like a sob story that is for his like fucking kid. I know he doesn't have a kid. He's like lying. He's trying to turn it into like a, he's trying to fucking riz me into giving him RAM. Like he knows I have it, and I pretended I'm not, but he's like, okay, well, this is where the negotiation starts, you know? RAM, come on, let's go. I know you got him. RAM, come on. Come on, guys. I know you got him. What does cold call mean? Charlie, do you not know what a cold call is? A cold call is typically used in marketing. And it basically means you have no lead. You're just fucking calling because you want something. In the case of marketing, it's because you want to sell someone something. And you don't know if they want it or not. You just have to fucking cold call and just be like, hey, you want to buy this? And it's like, what the fuck? How did you get my number? This dude is cold calling me because I didn't give him an in. He just somehow got my number and he's trying to get RAM out of me. RAM, I barely knew him. It's for my kid that I will have and maybe in the future in some timeline. Hey, would you like to buy some RAM? Brandon, can I cold call you for a kiss for us? There you go. You get one. You get one per stream, all right? Hearing my wife cold call clients is rough. It's tough, man. People don't want to be bothered. You got to have like a thick skin, and also you have to have like all right, in order to be a good cold caller, like you need to have an immediately disarming aura, and not a lot of people have that. Not a lot of people have that. I feel like of all the people that I've met VTubing, I only know 2 people that have a completely disarming aura. And I don't know anybody that I met bicycling. So you'd be good at it? I don't think I have a disarming aura. I feel like I immediately I don't know. I always try to keep an upbeat and positive vibe. But I do feel like no matter where I go in life, I seem to like gather haters, and there's like really nothing I can do about it. I guess the one exception would be bicycling. Nobody hated me in the bicycling community. It's weird. I don't know. We hate him! Randon can't be disarming aura farm. Yeah, indeed. Caps lock. Thank you very much for the super chat. It's me I made watching. Chungus, no! Caps lock. Thank you very much for the super chat. I worked at a place where we had a cold call for environmental non-profit donations for one day before I realized I couldn't do it like decades ago. It's definitely like it will ruin your self-esteem. It will ruin your self-esteem. It's really tough to cold call. I hate this LARPing bicycle guy. It's kind of true. I feel like I've lost my bicycling cred because I haven't reliably bicycled in like 4 years. So does it like really even count? Joke's on them, my self-esteem was already rock bottom. Why do businesses even want to cold call? I've never seen it work. It actually, it unironically does work. Cats. I've seen it work, but the problem is you pretty much have to do volume, you know, like quantity over quality. And some people are just good. On who? The problem is that it has like a 0.5% success rate. So you need to do 200 cold calls to get one sale. You just gotta fucking get out there. My wife does a shotgun approach. Yeah. Same as email scams. If you try it enough, you'll get some bites. Yeah. You just gotta fucking boom. Like, Matthew, thank you very much for the gift sub over to Chungus. Much appreciated. Rose, good morning. Ruined self-esteem, I don't have any. I just take psychic damage nowadays. It's spray and pray, basically. How about starting cycling again? Okay. Why don't I start cycling again? I think it's because when I was cycling, when I was at the peak of my cycling craze, I would deadass get up at like 5 in the morning, you know, shower, dress, and then go bicycling at like 5:30 to 6. At the very latest, I'd go bicycling at 6. And then I would bike for about 2 hours and then come back and then go to work. I don't think I can wake up at 5 anymore. I don't think I have the ability to do that. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. Like, how did I do that? What was your usual bicycling fit? This is embarrassing, but I did look like a fucking not a Teletubby. I look like a fucking Power Ranger. You know, the skin tight lycra. Like I did dress like that. And now that I think about it, this is fucking embarrassing. You want to know something super embarrassing? At the peak of my bicycling craze, I shaved my arms and legs because it made me a little bit more aero. That is embarrassing. It did not make me more aero. It didn't make me faster. You've told us that before. So there's a reason why you do it, but it's not to make you more aero. It's because if you get road rash, it's better not to have to pick out arm hair out of your mangled skin and flesh. Did you know that? It's horrifying, but if you fucking cheese grate your arm or your knee or your leg on asphalt because you fell and you have hair in your flesh, it is excruciating. So it's better not to have, you know, hair to mix into the hamburger meat. Just don't fall, forehead. Oh, look at this, look at this guy from the Netherlands, this bicycling pro that never falls down. Man, I fall like it's going out of fucking season, man. This is crazy. Roman soldiers used to shave their arms and legs for a similar reason. You're gonna have to shave your tummy when you do the period pain simulator. Interesting. I thought the hair would protect your skin somehow. No, man. When you hit the asphalt going like 30 miles an hour, not 30 miles an hour. I'm what am I kidding? I think I'm like fighting the Tour de France. I'm averaging like 20 at best. But even 20, you're going 20 miles an hour and you fucking fall down and then you slide like 5 to 10 feet. Your fucking hamburger meeting your fucking arm is crazy. Bro, I'm hoping we forget the period simulator. I'm hoping, man. One day you guys will forget. I just gotta release some crazy ass fucking drama. Forget. The only people that would benefit from the aerodynamics are people who are already pushing world records. Yeah. But you know, like, do you guys ever like every time I get into a new hobby, I fall for the like, what do the people at the top of this game do? I have like 50 I fell for it badges, like all over my chest, where it's just like, bro, you ain't even never gonna get in the top 50%. let alone the top 1%. Like, why are you fucking spending money like you're in the top 1%? I fall for it every fucking time. Every fucking time I fall for it. I'm the fell for it again award master. Exactly. Just gonna confirm with you, the period simulator goes up to 10, but 10 is just the average period. I, for one, feel like it would be awesome if we could have a super period option. You know? I, for one, think that the machine could benefit from a super period option. He's got the extra large tungsten cube and stopped his tungsten cube hobby. It would turn into an actual torture device. Are you suggesting period maxing? I mean, I feel like I've 100% told you guys about this, right? One time I ate 3 Carolina Reaper peppers, the equivalent, in a fucking chicken sandwich, and then it hurt so bad I passed out, and I woke up on my friend's couch. I don't know how I got into his apartment. And him and his girlfriend were like looking out for me, right? I was alone. No. And then I was describing what it felt like, which is like, imagine a hand that is made out of molten lava and it very slowly squeezes your gut and then twists, right? Very slowly, and then very slowly goes back into its original position and then very slowly lets go. And it's that in about 20-second waves. I described what it felt like to have that much Carolina Reaper in my gut. And my buddy's girlfriend was like, oh, that just sounds like a normal period. It's like, what? What? It just sounds like a normal ass. And I was like, I mean, I couldn't drive. I was fucking debilitated. I tried to drive. I tried to, like, it was like 2 in the morning when I got up and then I went to my car. I don't know how they got my car over. And then I sat in my car and I was like, I think I'm gonna crash and like kill like 50 people if I fucking try to drive home. So I crawled back to his apartment. I was just like, I don't know if I'm good at driving. He's like, it's fine, man. Just couch it. I just fucking spent the night. I feel like I would have died. Do you have a fell for it gardening pair? I do! Nathan, what do I have that's fell for it gardening? Okay, let me think. Like, what's the stupidest, most expensive thing that I bought? This year, I was committed to spending $100 max, right? Because last year when I gardened, I spent like I spent like $800 just trying to garden last year. This year I was like, I'm gonna spend $100. Motherfucker, I'm already at like 180 bucks. I think the most fell for it gardening thing that I have is that I bought 2 hoity-toity composting things from Costco, because Costco would never fucking betray me, and they don't work. They do not work. And then now that I've done my research, they're like, yeah, you go behind, a real gardener would go behind in the dumpster area of a fucking supermarket and steal the pallets and then disassemble the pallets with a fucking claw hammer and then use the pallet wood to create a bin, and then you put the fucking compost in the bin. All you need to compost is a pile. Yeah, I fell for it and I bought like a fucking $200 composting bins from Costco, and they just do not work. They don't work. They just don't work. Do you have a firearm accessorizing phase? Yes. Accessorizing? Yes. I would argue that like that might be the least, you know, fell for it award. All I do is just buy ammo, like a crazy amount. But we shall speak no more of that. We shall speak no more of that. How many guns and melee weapons do you have? Enough. Fallout man. I have enough. I have enough. Did you buy one of those rotating compost bins from Costco? No, I bought an aerating compost bin, which is like, there's like a fucking tube that goes through it and it's supposed to keep air flowing through it. You know? and then like, it makes it compost faster, but like, it just like doesn't work. And everybody was like, yeah, you just make it out of pallet wood. It's like, fuck, man. Enough to survive what's coming. I love the smell of a compost bin on a hot, humid summer day. Is that sarcasm? Mr. V. What about bayonets? I have no bayonets. If you're blowing air through your compost, it's gonna dry out. It's like it's a weird, I don't know. It just doesn't work. And it was expensive. That's definitely my biggest regret. Because if I spent $800 last year, half of that was this double compost bin setup. Is it bug proof? It is most certainly not. I open it and it's just a fucking smorgasbord of like fucking all sorts of bugs, slugs, just fart into the compost. No. No. I haven't seen that one. We have several compost piles, but we got a rotating one for food scraps so we don't have to walk far to the piles. I mean, the rotating one totally makes sense because nobody wants to have to like pitchfork that fucking shit, right? Doesn't work, expensive. Is that you, life? It kind of is. Bugs are good for the compost. Yeah. I mean, it did make compost. I was just fed. I looked at the Costco description on the website and it was like, this is a revolutionary new compost bin, and it will give you usable compost in 3 months instead of a year. Apparently, it takes like a year to make good compost, right? And then I bought it, and it just took me, it took me a year before I got usable compost. So it's like, ah, I should just bought like a normal one. Ah, dang it! He fell for it. He fell for it. Your poop is free. Donchi, did you know that you need to compost poop? You can't just put poop into the ground. It will not nourish the soil. So you need to compost the poop. I didn't know that. I thought I could just shit into the ground and I would make delicious tomatoes. Didn't work. I just got shit in the ground. I'm built different. So you're telling me you shit compost? There's no way. You shit straight compost? We need to clone you. We need to create like 1 million of you. I do. Did you shit on your plants? I did not. I did not. Well, you also need tomato seeds. Making compost is a lifestyle. I feel like that's the next path for me as a gardener, to truly figure out composting. And when I do, I would like to have like I would like to have minimum 2 compost bins. One filled with finished usable compost, and the second one being like compost that's being made. It's still cooking. Shit's compost because they only shit once a year? Yeah. When's the next naming your plant stream? I feel like I failed you guys. Can I be like real? I'm out. That's a good question, and I should tell you guys. Because I didn't get that much of a good harvest, I think I got like maybe 20 cucumbers, 4 eggplants, and maybe like 20 tomatoes. But they're not 20, because I got a bunch of sun golds, the little cherry tomatoes. I got a lot of cherry tomatoes, but I only got like 20 usable big tomatoes, and they weren't that good. Did I tell you guys about this? I grew San Marzanos and I didn't realize that they taste really bad. I made them into a salsa and it was not a very good salsa. And it's because San Marzanos are kind of mealy and not great. They're meant to be sauced. You can't use a San Marzano for anything else. The only good salsa tomato that I grew was the Amish paste, not Amish. It's not bitter, Donchi. It's like kind of bland and mushy. It's like mealy. It's like a mealy tomato. so it's like kind of gritty. It probably does. I mean, it definitely makes like a legendary paste, like a tomato sauce for making pasta, but it is not good for salsas. It's not good. I guess the cow poop has to fester for a while before they first use it. Mr. V, you have to compost the manure, like cow manure, chicken manure, because yes, like if you just put it into the ground, the plants will not be able to draw any nutrients from it. You have to compost it. And the beauty of composting manure is that you'll know when it's done composting because it doesn't smell like poop anymore. Isn't that interesting? Properly composted, it could just be straight cow shit, like 20 pounds of straight cow shit. You cut it with some browns and a couple greens, like, you know, some dead leaves and such like that, and then you mix it and then you let it completely compost, and it does not smell like poop anymore. It doesn't smell like poop at all. Like, you could put it right up to your nose and it's like, oh, it doesn't smell like poop. So that's how you know that it's good to use. Isn't there enough browns? Chicken manure is too high in nitrogen, and also both it and cow have E. coli. Yeah. You just have to, like, you just really have to let it compost. Randon, what's your favorite Nintendo 64 game? Oh my god, that's a question. Okay, my favorite Nintendo 64 game. My favorite Nintendo 64 game that I bought was Harvest Moon 64. But I think the best game on Nintendo 64 period. Oh, man, am I gonna get roasted for this? I'm not talking about like multiplayer games. Perfect Dark was pretty good. You guys remember that game? My favorite multiplayer game is probably Star Fox. But I think Perfect Dark is one of the best ones. It's really good. Ocarina was like 10 out of 10. But I got to it. Alright. I remember being really angry at Ego Raptor, Aaron Hansen, for roasting Ocarina of Time. But then I went back and I played it on my 3DS, and I was like, he's kind of right. It is an important game, and it was like one of the best. Aaron has bad takes. I think Ocarina is like an important game for gaming history, but the controls have aged very poorly. The 3DS port is super good. It was really good, but like, the craft of gaming has like advanced too far. It was really hard for me to play it. Aaron is a hater. I think he fucking cranked it up to 11 and was a hater for the clicks on YouTube. But I think he has a point that, like, Ocarina was such a great game because it basically created 3D gaming, like controls, and they had no rules. They had like no idea what to do with it, so they did the best they could, and it was a functional game, and it was fun, and it's an important game, and it's a very good game. But like in 2020, when you've been playing other platformers, like it's really tough to go back to it, and I don't think that that's a bad take. I don't think, yeah, Z targeting is like tough, man. They did the best with what they could, but I mean, people are gonna fucking roast me for this, but I feel like Baldur's Gate 2 and Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are like that as well. I think Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 story-wise are absolutely superior to Baldur's Gate 3, but the controls are like, it's hard. I can't recommend a friend to play Baldur's Gate 2, and I myself have tried to go back and replay the game because I love it, but it's like, it's so hard to play. It's tough. I think I did beat Ocarina on the 3DS. So it was definitely playable and I enjoyed it. But it's definitely like, man, like the state of the craft has really advanced in 20 years. In my opinion, Baldur's Gate 2 is better than Baldur's Gate 3. I prefer the tactical RTS style. Well, I think the story, and I think as a TTRPG player, Baldur's Gate 2, the mechanics are just like straight up better. But the UI is tough, man. The AI wasn't there. You could just, yeah. 3DS Ocarina of Time let you hot swap the iron boots so you didn't have to flip through 200 menus. Yes, I remember that. I remember that. To be frank, whatever Aaron wants to be for Ocarina have been answered in Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, I've never played, but I've watched people play it, and it looks like a really good game. I have a fear that if I played Breath of the Wild, it would dethrone Wind Waker is my favorite Zelda game, and I don't want Wind Waker to be dethroned. I love Wind Waker so much. Wind Waker has so much soul to it. But Danchi, I feel like Breath of the Wild might beat Wind Waker if I play it, and that makes me scared and sad. The story is pretty weak in the Breath of the Wind timeline. Is it? Take it from a homie. It's not gonna beat Wind Waker? Are you sure? Are you sure? Breath of the Wind was just okay. It didn't hook me enough to want to beat it. It has like everything that I want in the game though. Breath of the Wind was the loot goblin game, right? Am I remembering? It's like the open world exploring, and then you're a fucking loot goblin and you have like 80,000 weapons. Am I thinking of the right game? Is that Breath of the Wind? Because Breath of the Wind is gonna fucking blow my fucking balls off. It's the game that'll get me super fucking addicted. It's like, oh no, my loot goblin tendencies. That's not good. Breath of the Wild. Sorry. Breath of the Wild, you can loot everything. Tears of the Kingdom, you could even merge and make your own vehicles. I don't know how I feel about Tears of the Kingdom, but Breath of the Wild, I think I watched Fleshy play it. And I was like, oh no, my addiction senses are tingling. I think it's worth the play just so you can get value out of your Switch. I feel really bad if I feel really bad that I haven't used my Switch. That was a gift from like 2020. The old school randomize got that for me, and I'm like, I don't use it. I think Breath of the Wild could beat Wind Waker for you. For me, Wind Waker was like, how do I describe Wind Waker? Wind Waker for me was the game where like I would go to sleep thinking I enjoyed my gaming session, and then I would wake up excited to play more. And I did that for like a week and a half. It was like 10 of the greatest days of my life. It was so good. It like didn't have like super addictive, I don't know how to describe it. Like even like Harvest Moon or Stardew Valley, I would play it and I would play too much and I would be like sleep deprived, and I would be like ignoring my, you know, my social and work obligations, and like it would be like Wind Waker was my last like wholesome, I'm not spending too much time on it, I enjoy every session, and I feel so fucking sad. I remember feeling like a bone deep sadness when I beat the game. And I think my love for Game Grumps reignited because I watched them play Wind Waker start to finish, and it was like, oh my god, the good times. The good times before I got beaten down by life. Oh my god. That game alone makes me love... Is it the Cube? Was it on GameCube? I don't remember. When their mic sucked? Yeah. Subnautica was the last game that made me feel like a kid again. Subnautica? I did enjoy. Is Subnautica 2 coming out? What are we looking at, fellas? What are we looking at? Do you guys want me to play Subnautica 2 or no? Play Subnautica with us? Early access? Is it still being published by douchebags or no? Didn't get Subnautica 2 get leaked on Steam by accident? Oh my god. Is it being published by douchebags? I saw some programmer job listings for Subnautica 2 and I was like, nah, hard pass. The publisher is getting their ass handed to them by the courts. I saw they won the lawsuit and got the money from the publisher. Publisher's name has been left off latest trailers. They got it back from Crafton. They cleared things up, don't remember. So it's we're clear to support it now, correct? Randon, what are your thoughts on aposematism? I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. I'm too dumb to know what that is. The judge ruled in favor for the devs, so they have to pay out like $500 million if they meet the sales target according to the contract. It's self-published now? Okay. Then I will buy it and play it. Do I want to replace Zomboid with Subnautica? Maybe. When does it come out tomorrow? When does it come out? Aposematism is a defense mechanism where animals use conspicuous signals such as bright colors, bold patterns, sounds, and odors to advertise their unprofitability. I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like that's a good thing. It's a good thing, right? I don't know how that relates to whether I support it or not support it, because it's like a feature of an animal, right? Subnautica 2 has an end. Zomboid is theoretically endless. Okay. Would you ever participate in a worms tournament? Yes, I would. I would. Up to you. I don't chase marketing hype cycles. Game is done when it's done for me. Yeah. When does it come out tomorrow? Does it come out at stream time? Does it come out at stream time? I'm considering... I wish you would play Zomboid Build 42 with the Arc mod. But Matthew, we gotta play our multiplayer server together. Matthew, are you working tomorrow and you won't be able to fucking... You won't be able to play on our multiplayer server tomorrow? If so, I might only stream Zomboid on Saturday. And tomorrow, I'll play Subnautica. Yes? Okay. Then I might... I might on the fly switch to Subnautica 2. If I can get it to download tomorrow. He loves us! I would give it at least a day to see if it runs without issues and to get an idea of how good it is. It's okay, Subnautica 2 for tomorrow? Yeah. How many players can Subnautica 2 have? I'm definitely playing single player. I'm not going to play multiplayer Subnautica. It's like your red hair. It signals how dangerous you are if touched. That's why nobody ever touches me. That's good. 1 to 4 players. Okay. It releases at 8 a.m. PDT. Then I think I should be able to play it. I'm going to play Subnautica tomorrow then. Okay? Hugs on your tuft. Never buy a game on day 1. Let the hype victims beta test it. Wait, how much is it? One second. How much is Subnautica 2? Oh, it's only $27. I can buy it. It's only 27 bucks. I can buy it. That's fine. I get home at 4 p.m. EST. I ran out of annual leave. Then we'll stream. How about I'll only stream my Zomboid addiction on Saturdays, on weekends. Good idea from a guy who bought NMS on release. No Man's Sky. Pretty reasonable in this day and age. You know what game that I really need to get my money out of? I really need to get my money out of fucking Space Marine 2 because that was an expensive game, and even I was like, oh shit, that's expensive. I better get a couple of, you know, I better get like 100 hours of gaming out of that. The only game I remember buying day one was Resident Evil 9. I bought, what did I buy day one? World of Warcraft Burning Crusade. I didn't buy World of Warcraft at launch. I bought it like 3 months after it launched, and I bought it to try it out. But I bought Burning Crusade at launch, and I think I bought Wrath of the Lich King at launch as well. Did you ever finish the Tactics remake? Charlie, that's another thing that I need to talk about that I completely forgot. I googled the hard mode for Tactics remake, and everybody was like, it's very clear that the people that developed the hard mode never played Final Fantasy Tactics, because it is the most ham-handed, like, it's not a good way to make a hard mode. They just basically cranked up, they just, you know, they did a slider for like cranking up like HP and damage, and it's like not balanced at all. Like they just fucking did a slider for stats, and they were just like, these fucking idiots will love it. So pretty much everybody is like, don't do the hard mode. I beat it without an issue. It's not about being able to beat it. It's about that. There are some areas of the game where like it doesn't do anything, and then there's some areas of the game where it's just like, this is like clearly not tuned because a person, like a developer, didn't go through each battle and like figure out like how to do it properly. It's about having fun. I heard it doesn't make the game more fun. It's just like the same shit. They just changed a couple of stats around. That's true enough. Yeah, like it's like it didn't do anything. Like it it shows like a lack of effort and care, and they just wanted to get 50 extra bucks from a Final Fantasy Tactics fan, which is me. And you know, I fell for it. I fell for it again. I gave them my money. I need to stop fucking giving Square Enix my money for no reason. Mr. V, thank you very much for joining membership. Thank you, thank you. Space Marine 2 is a fun game to rip and tear with the Yunks. Darktide and Vermintide are also great. Yeah, I need to get more. I need to get more playtime out of it to make it worth it. Man keeps falling for it. No wonder he shaved his limbs. Indeed. The most lazy way to implement hard mode, scale every stat up. Yeah, like it doesn't make the game harder in areas that it needs to be. And then like it could potentially fuck the game over in like other, it's just like, I heard that it was just like not good. Play Scrandle like Northern Lion? I feel like I watch at least 2 Northern Lion streams a week. What the fuck is Scrandle? I don't think I've ever heard of Scrandle. What is that? Northern Lion Scrandle. Oh, this is Scrandle! I've seen him play this. No, I've seen him play this. I didn't know that it was called Scrandle. Do I wanna play this? I love me some Scrandle. It's a food comparison game. Alright, maybe I'll play some Scrandle. Maybe. Because apparently scran means food. We get scrandled for sure. I'm balls deep into Heroes. Oh, well, Mr. V, thank you very much for being a member for 14 months. I'm balls deep into Heroes of Might and Magic 5 from 2006. It's so good. Everybody, I did. Which Heroes of Might and Magic did I play? I played because my cousin was like, play this game. Play this game. Do it. Brandon, there's so many good games to play, so little time. I mean, we have all the time in the world, right? We have all the time in the world. But I do think that I'm going to play Subnautica tomorrow. I don't care if it's like the early access. Heroes of Might and Magic 3. That might be the one that I played. I played it a long time ago. I do say that as a nice thing. Brandon, just curious, have you ever played Liero as a kid? Liero? I don't think so. Let's see. The arrow. Game. No. I don't think I've ever played this. This does look like something that I would love. As Casper said, it has 2 pixels and it requires a PhD to play. This does look like the type of game that I would love to play. 3 is hailed as the goat. I think I might have to. One of the best freeware games from childhood. Man, Leo, that's a nostalgic title. Play more Slay the Spire 2. I've beaten every class up to Ascension 3 except for the defect. I can't get my head around the defect. I think the defect is my shittiest character. I do like the game though, it's really good. How about Slay the Spire 2 multiplayer for Unkslop? That might be a good one. I'm gonna love with you guys when my turn comes up, and I think it's coming up. I think it's Akashi's turn, and then it's my turn to pick. When it's my turn to pick the game, I'm definitely gonna pick Borrow Trauma. And I'm gonna force the Unks to play Borrow Trauma. For one stream. What do you mean Blowjob Simulator? Is that an actual game? I'm gonna force the Unks to play Borrow Trauma. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna call it here. Thank you for hanging out, I appreciate it. Tomorrow we'll either play Subnautica 2 or Zomboid. But I'm ready to morphine. Okay. Do we raid someone? I don't know. Streaming. Who's streaming? I don't know Etain very well, but they raided me, so I kind of want to return the favor. They're probably not a racist, right? They're probably not a racist. This should be fine. You guys will forgive me if, you know, it's fine. I don't have time to actually verify. It's a 50-50 chance. All right, YouTube, as always, you guys are my favorite. Thank you very much for hanging out. You have a pretty good chat. Don't clip any of the fucking enemy making hot takes that I did earlier in the stream. This is just Grandpa being fucking crazy. He got his coffee. Here's his tea. Bye. Bye.